All right, welcome everybody to Politically Jumbled. So I wasn't going to get on here this week. I missed last week because honestly it's the same old going on in the world. But something new that I do want to talk about is the economy. There's a lot of economy talk going on. A lot of people are going through a very hard time right now. Every time I turn on the news, there are people talking about how they're making do, how they're having to move in with people, how they're having to stop going certain places, how they're having to budget, and all of these different things they're having to do just to survive, basically. Not even thrive, just to survive. And so just yesterday, they had an interest rate hike. And so what that means is it's going to be a little bit more for like credit cards and all that other type of stuff. And which is very sad because a lot of people are maxing out their credit cards right now just to provide and meet their basic needs. So we're talking about a whole lot of debt. We're talking about a whole lot of trying to make do, trying to save and budget, and having way more money than we have money. So it's very interesting to see what's going on. It's a lot of, are we in a recession talk? Is this a recession? So what it feels like to me is that we're already in a recession and we're just waiting on them to tell us, I guess, type of thing. But I guess a few things have to happen before they can really declare officially it's a recession. So besides that, what's going on in life? There's a lot of tech layoffs going on, so that's interesting. I'm a person that was laid off 4 years ago and been trying to get back into the workforce, on and off since then. And so my field is tech, and a lot of the jobs that are being laid off will be the field that I will work in, which is like, customer service, where there's a whole bunch of agents, that can kind of get rid of a few people and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting to see that happening because I'm like, man, I'm trying to get back to work. And the one field I need to get back into is the one where they're kind of not hiring a lot of people right now, or it requires a vax mandate too. So I'm getting hit from like so many different ends. So I'm just going to have to find my way forward in this life. So that's also interesting, just thinking about my life and the economy. How are we going to do this? A lot of people talking about they've hit rock bottom. Well, what do you do when you've already, you're at rock bottom, Like, what is it going to be like for the people that are already at rock bottom, already, before the recession, before COVID, we were already going through a hard time. What is this recession going to do to people like that? That's my question. It's like something I'm very fearful of because I'm trying to figure out how to prepare myself for it. How do I get ready for what's to come? How can I better prepare myself and my family? How can we get prepared for whatever situation might arise? Because the past 2 months have showed me that I'm not prepared and I need to get my life together and get some money in my account so I can be able to, survive and thrive. Like, we're not even surviving. We're barely keeping afloat. And so it was this quote I saw yesterday talking about how we're all in the storm, but we're in different vessels. Like, some of us are in boats, some of us are in, rafts, some of us are in yachts and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, some of us is out here without a paddle, without a boat, without nothing, no doggone life vest. We out here drowning. So, like, for the people that's in that part of the storm, like, what is there for us? So, what I will say is that this week I went through a very hard time, right? This is the first time I went through such a hard time that I wanted to reach out to my social media community for help. And I never wanted to do that before because I don't like people to know what's going on with me. But I quickly took all my posts down because what I don't want is to be shamed, and judged for every possible thing. And so, I just feel like a lot of people lost their humanity. They don't know how to be kind. They don't know how to be compassionate. And at a time like this, when we see that people's mental health is like on the verge, that people are on the verge of breakdowns, that people are going through an incredibly hard time, that one little thing could be that one thing that sets somebody off. Why not be kind to people? Like, you don't know what people are going through for real. And so it's funny, the comments that I got this week where I was like, man, I'm completely like in breakdown stage, and these people are sitting up here saying all of this to me. And if I was anybody else where I let those types of things get to me, I probably wouldn't be standing up here right now doing a weekly rundown. That's the crazy part about this week. It's about the fact that people don't know anybody's unique circumstances or anything like that, but they'll assume and they'll judge. And, and the thing is, you don't have to help people that you don't want to help, but you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be cruel either. You can always scroll right past and go about your day. You don't have to say you should have done this, you could have done this. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Like if I'm going through something where I need immediate help, if somebody was sitting up here getting ready to kill me, you're going to tell me, did you try this or did you try that? Or you're going to try to help me. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't understand where we just want to be so judgmental. We want to be so cruel. You don't understand what people's individual circumstances are. So I feel like this whole thing makes me sad to see so many people going through a whole lot and people not care, because people don't care until it's at their front yard, until it's at their front door. That's when they'll care. And what bothers me the most is you'll help people, you help celebrities all the time, you help famous people all the time, you line their pockets all the time. So if your neighbor needed sugar, you couldn't help them. It's just funny to me how that happened. Even me seeing things about like the food banks are going through where they don't have enough to even provide for like families that need to go through a food bank. We need to bring back soup kitchens, bring back hot meals, because I think that'd be more helpful than just giving out like the dry foods and goods. I know like there's like a whole process, but I feel like giving people hot meals, that's one less thing that they would have to worry about in life, because cooking was the last thing on my mind when I was going through a very hard week. Like, cooking was like actually the hardest thing I've had to do this week, was to get up and make meals, and I didn't even eat. I just did that for my kids because I haven't eaten in a couple of days. So, but that's what it's like when you're going through those really tough days, that really going through a storm. People don't talk about what that's like, how you completely break down, how you have to escape your thoughts by taking a walk. You got to get in the shower a couple of times a day just so you don't do anything scary. Completely breaking down just for, in the middle of the day, not seeing a way out of your situation. Just going through a whole lot. Like, people don't understand what that's really like when you're really going through it. And a lot of people will be like, stay strong, stay faithful, and all those things. And you want to, because you know that he's going to carry you through. But at the same time, I'm going to have a meltdown because this is really hard right now. And I'm going through it. Don't nobody care. There's no compassion. There's no grace. There's no kindness. There's nothing but judgment and ugly frowns. Don't nobody care about nobody. And so when you see the world like that, what I felt this week, I'll never make another person feel that way. I've never made anybody feel that way. I've never been that type of person. If I can help you, I'm going to help you. I've helped people when I didn't have it. Okay, somebody's saying, "Oh, I need help to pay for my room. I'm gonna give you $20 to help you pay for your room, because I don't want you to be kicked out at 11:30 if that's all that you need was $20." I've done that for people before. So, and I didn't have it to do it, and I never wanted anything back neither. But I'm just saying, it don't take much to be compassionate and to be kind. If I didn't have money to give somebody, I gave them resources and told them, hey, this organization can help you. Hey, this is what's helped me and my family. There's a food bank here. If you are contemplating between paying the room and trying to get some food for your babies, you can go here and get some food. This place has fresh produce. This place has meat. Because people don't realize knowledge is free. It's not always money. Sometimes people just need some resources to get back on their feet. And we're in a horrible time because shelters are full. Hotels are expensive as I don't know what. Inflation has hit hotels. So if you don't have a vehicle like our family, it's just a really tough time. And so I just understand why people want to be assholes right now. Like, it's just not the time to be a troll. It's okay to be a human being. Like, come on. I know, like, this new wave of social media and it being a bully is, like, so cool. It's so trendy. But being an asshole will never be cool. Like, you're just an asshole. If you can't help somebody, then find something else to do with your time. Go color in a coloring book. Go do something else besides tear down other people. Please. Like, I just think that it's crazy that we can have times when we talk about mental health awareness and we have people that are just so cruel and don't give a damn about mental health, don't care about people, don't care how their words can affect others, none of that. So I just wanted to spend a little time talking about the lost humanity piece of this thing. If you can help people, then help people any way that you can. Check on your elderly neighbors for sure. Make sure that they got AC. Make sure that make sure they have food. Make sure that, everything is taken care of, because they got something called the silver tsunami, where a lot of people over 55, I believe, are having issues with housing, getting food, and then we're in the middle of a heat wave, and people don't even have AC. So it's just a lot going on all around the world. So if you can just check on somebody next to you, I mean, it's not really that hard to check on your neighbor, check on the person next to you, make sure your people are good, even if you can't offer money. Money is not everything that everybody needs, you know what I mean? If you got a washer and dryer, can I come wash my clothes over here? It's like little stuff that you can help people going through a tough time. Hey, do you got some of this and I need that? That's how people did it back in the day. Can I borrow some sugar? Like, help one another. That's all we can do in this time. Because us waiting on the government, waiting on this or that policy or this to save us, we're going to be out here all in the doggone storm without a paddle, without a boat and a life vest, and drowning. So if we can all just get together, help one another out, what would be the issue in doing that? Like, I just think that's weird. So there's that. And I guess people just feel like, people will be freeloading and stuff like that. But I don't have time for all those conversations. But that's the lost humanity piece of this. This is about the economy. It's about a tough time going on right now. That's what I wanted to cover in this weekly rundown. And all this violence that's going on.